Sending it to Twitch and YouTube. Incoming broadcast from Twitch and from YouTube. Hello, everybody. This is an incoming broadcast from Carlos Austin and Make Every Media. We are coming to you live from VRChat from another cool spot. I found a recreation of the Eric Andre set, a great talk show in reality, and thought it'd be great to do our talk show here too, but in true Eric Andre style. Our guest is running a little. We don't know where our guest is, so we're gonna wing it. We're gonna wait a little bit for our guest, a tilt brush artist by the name of Jens, who is working on some cool worlds in here. Created in tilt brush, which is like VR painting. It's like you can paint all around yourself with your controllers. It's the coolest thing. And I hope we get to see some of his worlds today that he's working on. But it'll be a beta test, even if we do, because it's Workshop Wednesday, everybody. This is this cool spot, coming in with all the coolest spots. I'm just checking my socials again, see if he's online yet. Nope, he's not online. What do you say we visit another cool spot? Actually, would you mind, can you do a pan? Carlos, can you pan? You can pan and like follow me? You can follow me? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna check. Are we live on Twitch? Are we live on Twitch? I don't know if we are yet. We are. Okay, cool. All right. Then follow me. I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna come back here. Got that. And I'm gonna follow me. Follow me around the set, the beautiful set recreation of the Eric Andre show. Over to, all the way on the other corner, socially distanced, this is where the band would play normally. It's great over here. There's a drum set. There's a guitar, just waiting for an extra guitarist. And then, you know, if we can pan back around this way, we got a little microphone, just ready for a monologue. From the cool spot. I think it's a pretty cool spot. If you're asking cool spot about cool spots. I'm gonna show us another cool spot. I found this on Star Trek Day, September 8th. And I'm gonna drop a portal. Oh, I'm too close. Can you back up a little, can you zoom out a little? Zoom it out there. Okay, still too close. Still too close. What? Still too close. How far does it gotta get? I guess I'll have to move. Portal too close to open. All right, I'm gonna move. Maybe it's too close to the microphone. There we go. I'll see you in the future.
Muchachos, can you hear me? Hello. Hello. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me check what's going on here. Why I can't hear you.
I muted myself. Can you see me? Jens, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, come over to my side of the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bit closer to you. Hello.
There we are. Hello. Can you see him now, Carlos?
Hello, Carlos.
Hello. Greetings. Good evening. Good Abend.
Sorry,
Welcome to the
late.
holodeck.
Thank you. This is a great
I'm so
set.
glad you made it.
You know, I just tried to upload the latest world from Unity to VRChat, and I uploaded it, and it blocked my Oculus Rift for quite some minutes. So,
Oh.
and I can actually not find it here in my own world. So I don't really know how to go about that. It's the first time I'm.
Well, that's all right. We can just talk about it. Like I said, I prepared everybody for this just in case. This is Workshop Wednesday, and we're here talking with an artist, Jens, about the creative process and how do we even do this. Carlos,
Wow.
I think I lost you on the headset, so just let me know if you're getting any echoes or anything in world here.
It's all good.
But I'm just going to. All good. All right. So Jens, tell me, what are you working on, and what is Tilt Brush, and who are you?
Okay, I will start with who I am, or who I consider myself to be, which is a whole topic. My name is Jens Kull. I'm born in Switzerland. I was born in Switzerland. I kind of grew up in Mexico, and now I'm in between Mexico and Los Angeles, constantly going back and forth. And well, I was just very interested in capturing image and capturing the spirit of my musician friends back in the 90s and latest years of the 80s. I started to do graffiti. I was immersed in the hip hop culture, and that's where my whole culture as such comes from. I just felt fascinated by the fact that people stopped fist fighting each other on the street and started to battle by dancing, and who has the best graffiti, and who is the best rapper, who has the best lyrics and the best backing, the best scratches, and it was all a very effervescent scene where I come from Basel City, which is also known as the art city per se, because there is this art Basel going on. And to make the circle complete, my grandfather was an abstract painter, and my grandmother was a ceramic artist. So I kind of, I just faded into the artistic world in a way. It was kind of on certain tracks that I had to express myself artistically. My parents were making music throughout my whole childhood, and I connected with musicians from very early on, became their official photographer. And then I also had a strong pull toward video. As soon as I got a video camera, I started taking videos of my musician friends as a flying camera on stage. So what I did back then is I kind of integrated myself in the band as part of the group, although I was not playing an instrument. And I was kind of hovering through the people on the stage, and felt and developed a feeling for the vibrational interchange musicians have. And I just always highlighted what I considered to be important, what was going on the stage. So it was really, I kind of started to insert myself in the world, musical world. And then I started creating web pages, and I went to Mexico, and that's where my artistic endeavors became a bit more blue-collary, so to speak. I was in a gallery. I still am in that gallery. I was their first media artist, and I also started doing visual effects. And that was actually the base for being able to create whatever visual impulse I felt like. And at the beginning, it was very punky. I was kind of a punk video artist, and year by year, after having done dozens of mini capsules and mini videos, I started to settle a bit more into, let's say, contemplative way of doing things, and I created several video installations that have to do with the self. So all this translates now into virtual reality seamlessly, because when I arrived to LA a few weeks in here in 2014, a friend of mine, let's say a friend of mine, showed me on an Oculus, on the, what's it called? Was it the Rift already? Yeah, no, it was not yet the Rift. It was just the first Oculus that came out, or the people. It was based on the fundraiser, and you could get a first developer's kit. And this guy made a 3D experience as a baby. I could see myself as a baby in the womb of my mom, and there was a heartbeat, and I was just completely blown away. Actually, the particles in the amniotic fluid flowing around, and I could see my own body as a baby, the umbilical cord, and it was an amazing first virtual reality experience. And from then on, I just started to expand into it, first with 360 video, and I kind of started to master that too. And I just 2017, with the arrival of Tilt-Brush, I started to create my own worlds, and that's what I still do, and hopefully can fate this again together with musicians and music and art as such, because they are very related in my perception.
That's amazing. And tell us, what is Tilt-Brush? It's like it's a void, right?
Yeah, Tilt-Brush is actually pretty much what we see in here, but you're in a space, three-dimensional space, and with the right hand, if you're a right-hander, you can grab a brush, and instead of painting on a 2D surface, like on a blackboard as we are used to, you can actually paint into the room and go about it in a three-dimensional space. Yes, exactly. Hopping around, and actually you can be very physical with it. So you can bring, if you listen to music, you can translate your brush strokes into this physical space, and you can work energetically. That's what I would say. It's an energetical way, an energetical translation of your physical possibilities and perceptions. And the brushes you have available are just mind-blowing. Tilt-Brush was developed by people who later sold it to Google, and Google pushed it on a whole new level, obviously, because Google is Google. But the good part now is it is open source. They opened up the source code, so you can take the source code and develop your own brushes, send them in, or take the UI and UX of Tilt-Brush and work with this kind of, dependencies between the right and the left hand, and just do something completely different with it, which is amazing, because they pretty much nailed the UI and the UX, in my opinion. And it was the first tool I started to dive deeply into, and actually became pretty good at it, or I feel that I'm just really quick with it. I can sketch out things pretty quickly, and I have difficulties to go back to a 2D screen and do things with the mouse and the 2D surface. And I just really, again.
Well, there's depth. There's depth, right? You can go far, and then you can go near, and you can go far, and then you can go near.
You can even jump.
I had to make a Grover joke.
It's all good. It's all good. I love these jokes, by the way. Because there's a whole new peripheral approach happening in VR. We have a new era. We have a new era of jokes. The jokes became three-dimensional.
Yeah, it's it's time travel. We're in the future. We're back to the future.
Correct. Yes.
And I hope you can see this.
Don't leave me behind. I want to travel with you.
Oh, you're hugging me. You're hugging Marty McFly. I hope you can see Marty McFly.
take me with you. I don't want to stay back.
So tell me, how do you then translate Tilt Brush into a virtual world like the one that we're in now, VRChat?
Well, that's
the question, right? How do you even start? How do you even start?
I think the starting point I'm going back to the tradition of my grandfather to a certain extent, because he already worked with a slight three-dimensionality of his paintings, because he used textures and sand and little nets, and he just formed actually three-dimensional shapes on his canvases or on his wooden plates. And my preferred works of his were actually done when I was born. And I just feel this is, to a certain extent, epigenetically given to me, and I was passed through me. Nevertheless, I'm taking a complete step back from the epigenetical shadows that were passed on. I must admit, because there's a lot of things going on, and families pass on certain behaviors and certain programs. I just feel this to be true. I am not a psychologist, but I am taking a deep look into the self. That's why I actually started to do immersive installation. So what I'm keen on now is getting three-dimensional impulses that help to rediscover a part of yourself that you have not been conscious about. And that can happen with very clear images, but since Tilt Brush allows me to have a whole timeline of experience, because he can walk through a piece of work, that's where I'm at right now. It's really an experience. You can walk through the whole experience. It starts, it has a dawning point, and then you're guided kind of by the art or by the deployment of three-dimensional painting into a certain direction. And suddenly you become you get on a crossroads, for instance. It's not a crossroads as such, but you get to a point where you have different views, for instance, and you can actually decide where you want to go. And in each direction you go, you kind of get to see a different angle of your presence. And that's where my deployment of artistic contemplation goes right now. And I also feel that I don't know, we have been doing that in the XR Social Club quite vigorously. We jump off things, we jump off cliffs, and we jump off, jump off geometrical structures, and then we see the world, how it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and then we respawn again in certain cases, in certain worlds. So this gave me actually the idea to have jumps, and jumps that help you to transcend into another world, or that make you travel, and you have an experience of, passing through things, to make this kind of jumps part of an experience where you have you kind of change, since you're floating, you can look up or down. And if you look down, you have a sense of velocity and perspective, and what passes alongside, or what you're passing through, is a visual impulse. And what you see getting smaller can also form a visual impulse. What you could not see before starts to make sense eventually. Maybe the form you start to see that's becoming smaller, that was the world before, under your feet, starts to become another form, and it takes another sense. And this kind of transitions and transcendences, this is what I'm interested in, because I just want to expand. What can I tell you? I just want to expand these levels of consciousness we are now dipping into and can dip into. This is just highly fascinating. I feel so blessed to do this. I don't have to ask anybody for permission. Okay, maybe you more in my life, but
no. Marty McFly never asked anybody for permission for anything.
Yeah, that's true. Not even when he was playing music. He just pulled it off.
That's right. He just walked into Doc's house at the beginning of that movie and but Doc wasn't even there. He plugged in a guitar, turned the speakers all the way up, and blew a hole in his house. Marty McFly is a terrible person. This is the subject of a different talk show,
but he transcended.
That's right. He did, and he eventually learned his lesson and learned to not to not be tempted by people calling him chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's also a fascinating part. I actually feel like reenacting certain scenes from the movie. When I feel like if you would grab my arm now. I feel like punching you as if you would be Biff, the Buff. Or what's
right?
His name? Yeah,
that's right, Biff. Yeah. Well, and that would be a fun role playing experience. I think.
You're going there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, and there's you're talking about matters of perspective. I think I finally did an immersive theater experience in virtual reality, and that was one of the things that did kind of blow my mind, was that at one point in the show I'm in a house and then suddenly I'm in outer space and I look down and the Earth is there and the sun is off in the distance a little bit and there's the moon right by me, and it was definitely a perspective shift that had impact.
I love your statement because it just shows me that there's a whole blank canvas now, and we can just start to fill it with ourselves. What I mean with ourselves is with our creations, with our ideas, not with our persons or personalities. And I also feel that on the theater level, it becomes such a strong collaboration. And by the way, I just got help from Sandy VR. Sandy is amazing. She just helped me to get certain things done for my world. I feel that there is a whole collaborative thing starting to deploy into the virtual world, where the ego, and our cameraman would definitely relate to that, with the camera crew, to start working in virtual reality as a collective. That's where the cookie crumbles. And I just feel that this is, it starts blossoming. Yes, cookies. let me see. I thought I'll have one somewhere. No.
Did somebody say cookie?
Yes. Oh, cool. Well, I liked Elmo. Who do I like more? Elmo the Cookie Monster. Now you put.
It's a tough choice. It's a tough choice.
Yeah. I think.
So I love what you got to tell. I only have one more, so I'll go ahead and change into it. This is the only other Muppet I currently have, or person on the street.
I'm not worth it.
No. So Jens, this to me, it's painting, but it sounds so much more like sculpture and installation work and sort of recreating, almost sculpting your interior in a way that other people can experience. And I can't wait to see what you've sculpted. I haven't even seen any of your work yet. Is it in VRChat? Can we check any out yet, or do we have to wait a little bit longer? Another week?
Look, the thing is, if I would know where the world I actually just exported is at, then we could theoretically could go, but I don't know where it's in the menu where it is. And
yes. So the UI interface of VRChat has not caught up to Tiltbrush, is what you're saying.
No, what I did is actually I went to Unity with my Tiltbrush, and then I installed colliders. It's not yet there, so I would really go on a public level with it. But you would get a shift out of it. Let me see whether in social maybe. No, I don't know.
Yeah, take a browse. It's not always intuitive where things are in this platform. I find Altspace to be slightly more intuitive, but then you can't do quite as much.
Well, and that's discussable. I mean, I like Altspace. I like Altspace more because of its people. Because I mean, I'm not down talking XR Social Club at all. Actually, XR Social Club for me is VRChat. And the other way around. I rarely go into VRChat if I'm not at the XR Social Club. And this is just the dynamics I love so much, this world hopping. But then there are so many more other building microverses like Damdar or and Neos and step by step. I'm not passing that much time in virtual reality on a social level. I'm really more in Tiltbrush and Quill and Rory and all these animations now. And now we are able to build in virtual reality and don't have to be on a 2D screen and can actually stand up while we are creating. So that's that's what I'm interested in. You have to three-dimensional perception. But the world, if you're asking, the world I would have loved to show, will show very soon, maybe the next week. I'm actually pretty sure because I'm really ready to launch it. It has just some minor flaws I wouldn't mind. Is a world that is based on an art piece that is hanging on my wall from a Swiss artist. His name is Alberto Giacometti. He was a sculptor. And I have another piece of work from my grandfather. So I have these two works side by side, and I started via Eventbrite to have people over that want to dive in this virtual reality world physically. So I have them over, they pay me some money, I am with them for 1.5 hours and have them practically immersed in this world, and I show them from the very beginning how they can contemplate things from within Tiltbrush and very soon from within VRChat, because I'd rather have them in VRChat where they have colliders, certain things available, and actually I can receive people from, from somewhere else if they have an Oculus Quest. And but everything is based on these two artworks, and actually you can travel through these artworks into the world behind, and everything is based on that. And the place where I was at a few months ago had this deer, this skeleton, this skull of a deer on the hunter trophy on the wall, and I also took this and I had a 1-to-1 haptic feedback, so to speak, painted out. And so if you touch the skull of this deer, yes, exactly, it was on the wall, like up here, and you could also see it in VR at the same time. And I really took measurements with the controller, so this would work out as if it would be in the space, but obviously you could see it differently from within Tiltbrush. And yeah, that was the basic dynamics why I actually started this world. And then there is also the NFT component coming into the game, where I'm working on a drop for a non-profit called Ocean Drop. And I practically explain the life of an H2O molecule throughout a 8,000 year cycle, from a glacier to a river, then it goes into a tree, and from the tree it goes into a fruit, and the fruit is consumed by a human, then the human is having it in its bloodstream, and then it's sweated out. We can show this now. And whole travel, this concept, I'm just, I will never stop. That's the fun
right.
part.
I mean, yes, the educational possibilities for virtual worlds are just endless. It seems. I can't wait to see that experience and learn about hydrogen atoms. And Jens, thank you so much for joining us today. It is 8 o'clock, so I think it's time to go over to the XR Social Club, and I will see you there and tour with you some new worlds. But thank you so much. Say goodbye to the Twitch and YouTube audiences. And yeah, let us know when you're ready to.
Let's
sorry, I talked
to XR Social.
Yeah, and let us know when you're ready to tour your next worlds.
Maybe I can pull it off in the XR Social Club in a few minutes. Maybe Will can tell me where this world is. I can find this world at. So yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Hello, Will.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Will.
Carlos, you're a little quiet, but I hear you.
How's that? Is that any better?
Ooh, that's way better. I think you could probably cut the difference and you should be just fine.
How about that?
Okay, maybe a dash louder.
How
We're
about
somewhere in that zone.
somewhere around here.
Better, okay.
All right.
Cool, that seems clear.
Good.
Nice, well done.
Hi, caramba.
Even better.
All right.
Let me quickly make sure other people are aware. Although everyone's showing up now, which is good. Hey.
Hi, friend.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Deidre.
I thought Christina would be here before me, but I was wrong. So I'm sorry about the little
Hey, Will.
couple minute delay. Yo, Jens.
Fine.
That was fun seeing you yesterday. Very cool.
Increased in number now.
Thank you. I totally screwed up and talked about decimation, and I was like, wait, that doesn't apply to Weber,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
applies to like photogrammetry, and I look like a complete idiot, but otherwise we're good.
Good evening.
No worries.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Doug.
Well, sweet.
What's going on?
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Carlos.
What's going
Hello,
on?
Celeste.
Sweet.
Hey, pasta.
Sweet.
Here's Dog.
Enough people here.
Hello.
I'm gonna go up there.
Yep, let's
Okay.
do it.
The gang's all here. I have a
Carlos, you want me to do an intro?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Yes?
Hello, everyone out there in the real world, or as my friend would call it, the meat world, which I think is funny. But hello, and welcome to, well, the virtual world. And we're happy to have you. This, once again, is the XR Social Club, because it's 6 p.m. on a Wednesday, and we're all meeting here in VR. Today, we're in VRChat, our normal home. Sometimes we go to Altspace, but right now, VRChat is where we're at, and it's where you're at. So, come on over and hang out with us up there in the clouds. Are you ready? Let's go.
You uploaded it using the SDK console window. Picked up the load and it was like, oh, you gotta add a description and check this box to say you have the right to do this, and you did all that. And you get the screen at the end that says your content has been uploaded.
Do any description on it?
I think, Jens, you might still be listed as a new user, and you have to have a user permission or trusted user to be able to upload a world for beta to be visible
Nope.
publicly. Is that changed?
Oh, yeah.
Here we are
Long stairway.
with all of the regular
I got this
souls.
first, like, earning trusted user
Hanging out,
because I don't know
chatting,
what happened, but I had
catching up.
somebody use my account.
It'll be lovely.
Boom.
Look, there's Paul. Hi, Paul.
It gave me
Hello.
a user after a while,
How are you,
so I
dear
gotta
God?
see
How are
if there's
you?
an answer blocker.
Okay,
Say hello
good
to
to
the
see you.
world.
Hey, Teak.
Hello, world. Are you broadcasting here,
Hi,
Carlos?
I am.
Alrighty then. Good to know.
Jens, you
Don't
want
get
to
burned.
Yes, no secrets. Don't let out any
Yeah.
secrets.
I'm using this.
No secrets, no secrets. There we go.
Transparent.
We need like a flashing red light. Flashing red
We
light
do.
above you.
Secrets to me.
Now, is the camera from your perspective? Is everything being broadcast from kind of down there?
Do I have
Yes.
to pay a bunch of money?
Okay, got it. All right. So you don't want to like accidentally like back into somebody, right? Or no.
It's I mean, I got to trusted like.
That's okay. All right, understood. No, we'll definitely not do that then.
Okay.
Maybe I think the secret
Thank
is
you.
spending
Good.
time.
How are
Good, how are
things,
you?
Paul? How's your new job at
Oh, yeah,
Netflix?
yeah,
How's that
yeah.
going? You all settled
Always
in
in
and making
Providence,
magic happen?
Not today.
New job is good. Office is nice. Lunch is
Today?
good when I go in,
Oh,
and
today's
we're
public.
recruiting. We're trying to get new people to
Well,
join
right now
and
it's
help
public
us make movie
because
magic or new technology for movie
Fun
magic.
and could be interesting.
And it should
Well,
be fun.
that's exciting.
Alright.
Have we met?
What kind of things
Yeah.
are you looking for out there in the
Anyway, it
Netflix
might be
world?
that- 'cause I know when
Well,
I
the
first
job
started playing
posting we
VR,
have
I
is
did a lot
computer
of going
vision,
into,
computer
like, I
graphics,
played
machine
Spirit
learning,
That was my
and
big
kind of
thing,
need
so
a
that was a lot of
combination of the
I'm not
three
sure
to
if
do the kind of stuff that we
every-
do. But
every
it looks like,
media-
I mean, a lot of what I've been doing has been
Yeah.
related to visual effects and filmmaking and virtual production, so we'll help to pushing forward in all those
What are
areas.
you talking about?
That's super exciting. It sounds like way above my head, like
Yes,
like
exactly.
that. But it
It's
sounds
like that.
really
It's
cool.
the formality.
Yeah, it is cool. In fact, you know, I've actually
Yeah,
found
I
that
think,
Netflix
I
productions
think around here you
use
could be
VR. I saw more Zoom calls where
and
somebody
you
was in a
scroll
VR
down,
headset
there's a
working at
stripe
Netflix than I did for my last year at Google.
MINE.
So that was kind of
Wow.
cool. People use Gravity Sketch to do stuff, or like basically the animation people. They use VR as part of their process, which I think is a great thing.
You do shows in VR, right?
Ah, that is cool. That
I've
is,
been doing
yeah.
shows,
People are starting to use the tools, and
Wave a lot
once they know what they can do and how powerful they are,
Waves
it's only a
and
matter of
Sam's
time
are
before
now and then.
they, of course, integrate them because they make sense.
Yeah,
Media do you
tools
back?
aren't bad at all. Which is good. And you're performing and stuff. Is that right?
That's correct. So we're doing the Shang
I don't know, even
Film Festival, so that will be our Asia premiere, and then we'll be doing Rain Dance, which is from London, and we'll be actually selling tickets. So anybody who wants to come see our show, go to theseverancetheory.com and you can get a link for tickets and get tickets and see our show. You have to have a headset.
Very-
Got to come in VR. That's
Yes,
the only
right.
rule.
You can't.
thing.
Indeed.
Right.
And you can come in from anywhere, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
From anywhere in the world, as
it's
long
not
as
in person.
they have a headset, and we're Quest friendly, so it doesn't have to be the super fancy high end one. It can just be a regular Quest.
I don't even know how to get my super fancy high-end one working. Right now, I had to give my big VR machine back to Google. So I am going to buy another VR computer, but I'm kind of Quest only, you know, not by choice right now, and I'm glad that it works.
Yeah,
At least it's
yeah, and
Quest
you
2.
can also tether it if you need to, right? I will
Did
complain
I ever
about
figure that out?
I tried to be a carpenter once.
you just buy the cord, and then you just sit there.
I have the cable.
Very
Okay,
simple.
I've got to see if I can get it to work. I don't know. I don't know. I do have a PhD in computer science, but it's surprising how sometimes it's hard to get the computer to work sometimes.
I will advise to get like a different headset. Now I know they have the the Elite strap, but we just got a $30 knockoff from Amazon for the strap. But you still, even with that, you need counterweights on the back to make it really comfortable. So we have counterweights in the back of all of our headsets, and it helps a lot because they're so
So I
friendly.
think the Oculus straps got recalled or something like that. Didn't that happen?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
But it's a different.
Yeah, they did. They broke. But yeah, the one we've been using is like a $30 knockoff from Amazon. It's great. We put a couple of counterweights on that. It's like a helmet, and it's balanced well. And that's what you want. You don't want it, pulling because it gives you a headache.
Yeah, once I want to pull the trigger, I would.
Very good. Do you have any trouble scheduling all of your VR appearances? Because it's always live, it's always fresh. It means you always have to be at home at your VR headset. Or have you ever done one from your car tethered to your phone?
No. No, that'd be scary. No. We've always done it at home, but we have more than one set of actors. We have 6 men and 6 women to play. In fact, Johnny Martin's one of our dads.
Could have gone better, I guess.
There we go. Hi, Johnny. Good to see you again.
It's like making
Good to see you virtually as well.
And so they're like,
Yeah.
what is optimization like? And
I don't know if he was. I'm not sure who was my daddy when I saw it, but it might have been you.
Crew of people that it worked out super well.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people working on the team trying to make all the magic happen while still able to juggle all of our crazy schedules because
and then trying to bring them into like
what the world, the U.S. doesn't seem to appreciate artists. It just likes celebrities. So since we're not celebrities yet, we all have to juggle many things. Many things.
Working on it.
For example,
Working on it.
Jonathan is also an adjunct professor and does all kinds of really cool documentaries and works on his own AR stuff and as well as being an amazing creative person, but making a living doing bunches of different things. And I like the way things are now. Like you gotta do a gazillion things to cobble together what makes sense for you if you're trying to be an artist in LA.
Quick question for you. Have you folks updated the script at all? I thought Welcome to Respite was fantastic. I couldn't imagine changing a thing, but do you end up updating the script every so often? It's live, so you can do that.
Yeah, I can't remember when you saw it, but I think the script itself is pretty much the same. But we do add things like recently we just added And it, of course, it always changes with the Alex. So any Alex can act a different way, and that's going to change the show by its own nature. But we did just add things for tools for actors where we can respawn articles. Like, let's say, Alex gets really crazy and picks up Uni and throws it out the window or puts it under, well, we can't find it and we don't know where Uni is, but we want to take Uni upstairs and tuck him in. We can now respawn him because Joker, who is over there made us this magic respawn button, which is brilliant.
Nice. Very good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jonathan, you're muted.
The kind of series
I can see that you're talking, but we can't hear
I
you.
feel like that would be hard to do.
He's like, yeah, I'm not muted. I don't know what's happening. I might have to leave VRChat and come back. And now I'm looking through my menu to see what the heck is going on.
Wait for Jonathan.
That's what's happening.
Jonathan, we appreciate you and we see you. We just can't hear you.
Yes, and he wants to add to the conversation.
Virtual camera in Unreal, so it works.
Nice. Yeah, I changed my mind already.
He's pretty much a pro on the whole VRChat menu thing. But that VRChat never is always consistent. You never know what might happen. Oh, hey, the ghillie suit! You saw that show.
Hey,
How'd
the show.
Hi, how are you?
Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah, that was the
I gotta say,
that was the one in the water with the mushroom.
How was that? I've occasionally heard about stuff going on over there.
The mushroom.
It was
I'm
so
not familiar.
much fun.
Are you talking about the
Where did you
pictures?
get
Opening party.
the outfit?
And it was
Oh,
opening
Avatar.
sorry.
Did you hear about
I
it?
got you.
Or-
It was
From a show.
Unable to
I've been
attend,
world
but I was
hopping.
kind of wondering how it
so
turned
I
out. You
found
posted
it in the
pictures,
world.
a couple pictures from
get in
outside,
the-
but I don't know. Like,
I didn't know it was
did a lot
tied
of
to a
people
show.
show up? Was it fun?
I
Did they
thought
have,
it was.
Yeah,
Maybe
so-
I'm
It
wrong.
probably
Maybe I'm-
is. I think
Yeah,
you
so
might know
there
more
was
than
about
about it
150
than
people
I
that
do.
applied to go, and they only accepted 80.
Wow.
I think like maybe 40, 50 people showed up the
Liz.
first couple of hours, and then
Mhm.
and then
You
like
prefer
some
Liz
people were having
on-
trouble finding the address and the email, and so like
Wow.
I only stayed for like maybe like less than a few hours, but yeah, it was a fun party. It was
My
nice
brother
seeing
young request.
XR folks in person for a
And
long time. It
John
felt
is
like
over
an
there and
AR
maybe to
convention or something. Well, I don't know. It's part
Oh,
of-
dang.
Well,
I
like,
didn't
yeah,
really
it was really
Did anyone
cool.
try to sneak in and they got bounced? And they just couldn't make it?
I
they
chatted
didn't
him on
have strict
Discord to tell him he
COVID,
was
like you needed, like they didn't allow any
Yeah.
plus
Oh, there you
ones,
are.
It's coming back.
and and they require like proof of vaccination or like at least like tested negative. So, but yeah, they were pretty. If you came and you weren't on the list, I'm sure they would.
Cool.
Yeah.
And did they have a product that they were trying to promote there?
No, it's really just like
Going to-
because it was just
How
like
about
a
yourself?
party, and then it's really AR House is really
Coming
just, like,
good.
Kind of like a creator.
I just didn't find it. I exported it, but I couldn't find it in my settings or in my world setup. But anyways, maybe I'm exporting right now again. Maybe I just can drop a portal. It still has a lot of fails, but at least I can show something and get some feedback. It would be amazing.
Lisa.
Lisa, okay.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm trying to parse it. Going, what could the name be?
Let me see whether it pops up now. I just exported again.
The plans for that. I was recruiting
I was gonna say
someone that I'm trying to get into
Lisa
Netflix
Leaf,
over
Yeah,
the
which
weekend,
is
so there's
working.
a big schedule for that.
but very
Yeah.
Building
building
is a
this.
team,
Where
as
it-
it turns out. And
You
trying to
know,
hire
we
some
just-
people
I
that-
love that.
The
There was a guy out here
Facebook
earlier
just,
that
checked on the fact
Amazon,
whether
trying to hire in
we
machine learning.
need
permission. It says
Yeah,
I
it's,
make
uh,
music.
the-
It has
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like the word.
but I'm
But it's like-
actually
I make music.
allowed
One
to
thing.
upload
Yeah.
worlds.
The kind of
I'm
salaries you get
still
off
building.
this
I don't
straight
know,
out of
and like no one
PhD
could.
So yeah,
And
in a few minutes it should be done.
Yeah, good for these folks.
Then I can drop a portal maybe.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, are you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
like LA based?
Yeah, it's
It's
still
learning for, like, Netflix.
it is still a
actually
whole
in New
SPX missing, which will be the entrance. And then you actually pass through the eyeball of a shaman, like
super late in the day, so it's an honor.
and
So-
then you get into a whole
So,
different
big fan.
realm, and yeah,
got my
you shall
favorite
see.
Good
Yeah, we could do more of that here
I
too.
actually
I
texted
don't know how to
this
really
morning
do that yet,
through
but we're getting
Signal.
there.
Because there is something popping up
So
for
we're
us.
here because
I would very much
Jonathan
like to have a
Martin
talk with
told
you
us
around
about
that.
this
So people
group.
gravity sketch a great
And we're working on a project.
You know,
gravity
it's
sketch
probably
in,
time to
Oculus
start
Quest.
a creative
That's
agency for virtual reality.
I don't know if I know the one that you're talking about. I might have heard about it from talking
creators
so
so
if it is what I'm thinking about, awesome, and I support it. That's good stuff. Hopefully, something you learn here could be helpful for people you hang out with and you can inspire.
Flow with our artistic outlook, and I
Well, I'm a little late to make introductions, but hopefully you can hear me now. Yes.
I felt
Yes, we got you. Okay, good. Yeah, I had to make a headset change. My tethered Quest was not wanting to cooperate with my PC, and I did not feel like troubleshooting it. So, yay for multiple headsets. Yeah. Anyway, so don't know if they already mentioned, but Lisa and Gil are two collaborators on the Oculus Launchpad project that we're making, and so we're just getting underway with that. And I told them they should come and meet all the folks in the Car Social Club, and in particular wanted to chat with Joker about. Yeah, exactly. Definitely, because some of the things that we're talking about are just about how to kind of approach some of the programming in terms of the world, so that we can spawn parts of the world and have it on, deactivate other parts. And I know you guys have been talking about finding somebody, thinking about shaders, and we're kind of at that place as well. We're like, we know shaders are going to be important for this, but we don't know a heck of a lot about it. And so curious to kind of see how that hunt has been going for you too.
To someone who really loves doing that.
I brought that up to.
There will be enough work.
I'm getting
there is enough work.
In
both
both ears.
Snap Verizon, mostly Verizon, but 5G.
So there'll be a musical.
pretty cool.
Will we get a musical performed in our living room, in our kitchen?
This could be for us.
We're in the gray box phase, so we're testing out scaling and tabletop or room scale 1-to-1.
Literally a tiny desk concert.
Probably. So the animation company we're working with, they did a lot of animated shorts, VR animated shorts, the ones that Bayabub did. Actually, one they collaborated with Bayabub was called Paper Birds, and they did Gloomy Eyes, and then exactly. So that's the 3DAR. We're working with them.
So they may sing to us now, or their characters might sing.
Pretty much their whole thing.
Yes. Actually, it's one character that's singing.
Makes it easier.
Yes.
But it's an animated character. It's not a full-on human hologram capture or anything like that.
No, full-on human. They're definitely stylized, Spider-Verse art style, or Spider-Verse art style. So it'll be fully animated. Yeah, we want to do something unique with this, but we are doing performance capture for the sake of blocking things out and prevising and just getting an idea of the performances, because we're doing choreography and all this other cool stuff. We're not gonna shoot at a big optical stage or anything like that's too expensive. But we are bringing on just some extensions, since at least if we have video reference footage of the full performance, at least we could capture it just for the sake of reference.
Okay,
but
cool.
no
I hope
facial capture.
Enjoy the I was part of a Google project. I don't think many people heard it or saw about it, called ARIA.
We have to talk about it.
And it was opera performers from the
it would be you're
Queensland
gonna get a
Opera in
credit.
Australia.
And
volumetrically captured them at a light stage, and then they got placed
is that enough?
AR.
So
that's awesome.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of a hunt.
Finally. In the beginning of this musical starts with a
so I wouldn't say that hunt is happening. It's more just right now I'm kind of passively waiting, monitoring for
so it's we were thinking about
somebody good.
I was literally just at Teek's house picking up Rosie.
Always tricky when you're looking for
and then I just rushed home.
And it took me this long to get back
on an artistic project
with
little funding.
Yes, meta stage captures of
and there's a range too. I mean,
I'm thinking
Excellent.
Like when you start the
I
experience.
took Wade. I followed Wade. I took the Wade, and it was just like there was just like crazy shit going on.
If there's already like a ground plane or not.
But anyway, we're here.
Yeah, that
We're here.
would integrate it into your environment better.
Here's a hot tip.
Yeah, and everybody's just hanging out like a party.
How awesome 5G is.
You know, like
pretty much. Yeah.
Hello, Christina.
A bunch of money went into this.
Hi, Carlos.
So by all means, do something artistic and wonderful.
Oh, cool.
I mean, we could definitely do some of the spectacular ones for this month. Run VRChat. We have some Halloween themed ones. Only a few. Or we could keep doing some kind of obstacle courses, but those are kind of tough.
Yeah, I don't know if we're such like a game. Well, you do a lot more games.
Network.
Yeah.
Anything that says 5G is really
like, yeah, it kind of works, but not really.
I just found out about that today.
I think we don't want to make that a normal thing. Like the laser tag or freeze tag, actually, freeze tag is really, really fun. People all love freeze tag.
Yeah. This group is a social club. You know, we don't want to think too much. We don't want to try too hard. We just want to yak and check things out. Yeah.
Technically, that's 4G LTE.
How was your panel, by the way? Really fast.
Well, which one? Today I was good. Today,
all right, but if you look at the
yesterday I did 2 panels, but today I was just in a shoot.
5G.
That's where I was.
Well, yes. Okay. I guess the question then is, how are the panels, and then how was the shoot? 1, 2.
Okay. Yesterday the panels were good. I did the one panel for WebXR, which was really fun and easy breezy, and then I did a panel for GTC, which are all pre-recorded, so it didn't go live yet. The NVIDIA GTC conference, and I was on the panel with Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games. I know.
Whoa.
I know.
It says 5G on your phone.
I know. I was like, it was like a pretty heavy hitter panel. I was like, are you sure? Like, you got the. I'm like, all right, yeah. I'll do it.
That's pretty good.
I'll do it. Anyway, so that was good, and it was I mentioned. I don't know if I actually mentioned XR Social Club by name, but I talked about our adventures because the topic was the metaverse. It was like a broad topic. So
perfect. Then you know so much.
Yeah. Yes. So that was cool, and then today we did a shoot, and it was so fun, and we wrapped it. It was a perfect shoot. If they could all be like that, my job would be so easy and amazing.
Yeah, for you to be done in the afternoon, that's wild. That must have been a really good one.
Very lively. So
yes, and we were supposed to wrap it like 6 or 7, and then we were done by 4, which was amazing. So. I like your avatar, Paul. Look at this. Was this a Bible or something?
I think most of them were sometimes it just comes out without me even trying. There it is. Okay, yes. I don't know. I'm Ali off the somewhat anime
work, right? So they're really kind of working on top of.
So yes, I've had it for a while, and it's Quest compatible. It is Quest compatible, right?
Handling all the users.
Yes, I'm on Quest. I can see you. You're missing one one part of your glasses though. That's intended.
I think it's a monocle, not a.
Oh, it's a monocle. Oh, I see. I see. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know that. I just didn't know like monocles usually like. Well, anyway, whatever.
It usually doesn't have the middle.
Yes, the middle, the nose.
Does it have the middle?
Maybe
so someone modeled this.
Broken.
So didn't really know how monocles work. You would also probably use it only like when you're looking at something close up with one eye, not just walk around with it, because that would be weird, I think, too.
Right. Totally.
Unlike the optical correction.
Yes, and then you have these crystal tassels hanging from your belt, also very interesting. Do they shake? If you move, do they shake with you? Like when you do a shimmy?
No. I'm trying here. I don't know.
We can
Not if you're on Quest. Maybe there's a desktop version. I don't know.
There was an 80s video game called that was Crystal Castles. But anyway, hopefully it's a decent deal. I had that one for the longest time at the beginning, but it wasn't Quest compatible. And now even I'm on a Quest at this point because I had to give my VR machine back to Google. When I switched over to Netflix.
All end up on a Quest sooner or later. Tiger, you on a
it happens
Quest?
to the best of us.
Then often reused.
Holding out.
Wow.
What about that new Vive they're talking about that comes out sometime?
The flat one or whatever. Looks weird.
The Vive Flow?
Beware.
The Vive Flow that was leaked. What did you guys think of that? Did you guys see the leak of the Vive goggles that look like giant bug eyes?
You look like a bug. Yeah.
It would probably fit your avatar, Keek.
Okay, there you go.
Or just
Okay, maybe that will be my Halloween costume. Well, everybody is dressed up as Squid Game characters. I'll be the only one with five.
Oh, no. I'm Ted Lasso this year.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Ted Lasso.
Ain't that right?
Yes.
I'm going in my skeleton onesie like I did last year and the year before.
Consistency, we like it.
Working with Unity.
Yeah, I'm always the hot dog,
Yeah, okay. That helps it. Yeah, like the prefab scheme, the VRChat prefab scheme is like a big.
Go as a headset.
Very useful.
Oh.
Just like break it a couple times, wear it in your cyberpunk. And
I do have a slightly. I mean, I have a working Vive, but it's kind of broken because the little head straps came off. So I don't know. I got the headset for free for
open
a
up
project.
the front and just
like,
take some USB cables and shove it in, and just be like cyberpunk.
Yeah. Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Easy. I don't
If you're doing a haunted house and you happen to be doing your pass through on Oculus Quest, you'd have like the infrared night vision view, which might
You're
be
reminding me of a
helpful for
project
seeing.
that I really wanted
yes,
to do a
pass
project
through.
with that a while ago, and I think Oculus was like, "Don't do that." But I said, "Wouldn't it be rad if you just started? You had a whole haunted house in the dark, and in the headset you can mess with people by having only infrared running."
Because I'm just curious.
Actually, the
So
folks at
having,
AR
like,
House were
like,
thinking about having an AR haunted house event.
Oh, cool.
That would be cool. That'd be cool. I came up with an idea of where you could do like you can do carving. If you're like carving faces like a jack-o'-lantern on a pumpkin, you can wear the AR glasses and then trace different designs on top of
I actually didn't know that.
the pumpkins, which would be interesting. Like,
I'm like half.
Slightly
I love that.
but interesting.
But
We
yeah,
did a
I mean,
capture that I think debuted today. I don't know, but it was of Michael Myers from Halloween.
Like you can visit.
And it's a Snapchat lens filter, so it's just like him with the knife being like, "Rrrr." But it's the first time we've integrated it, like Snap has integrated a volumetric video lens filter. So it's technically a world's first, everybody.
does Michael Myers do this?
Used a shader for that.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Oh, that's awesome powers.
That's awesome powers. No.
No,
good one though, Veronica. Good one. No, he literally, it's like it's pretty simple. It was like one of the easiest shoots in the world. He just goes like with a knife, like.
That's all you have to do. You didn't have the original actor, probably.
We have the current actor though, the real guy from the new movies. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this was legit.
This was totally legit, like Universal, like it was like a Universal thing, so yeah, we got the real guy, and he was really creepy. He was really creepy.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was going to take
wow.
you guys to
I think
go
it was
see
like the guy who plays Pennywise in It, in the newest version of It. Have you guys heard about this? Where the thing where his eyes can like separate and just like go stuck to the jar. It's really off-putting. So that's not a visual effect. He actually can do that, and he did it to some of the other performers in the movie and freaked them out off camera. Like he did it, and they're like, "Holy shit!" Like it scared them because he has that ability.
Totally got the part that way, maybe.
He's
awesome.
And
it's weird because he's like attractive and scary at the same time.
That would be great.
I don't want to attractive
to
and scary together.
It's just in terms of about where.
So in volumetric
really
capture news, is there are there exciting developments that you know of? Because our friendly real-time conference is figuring out what they're doing in their November or maybe December event, and putting together their standard panels, and of course volumetric capture is continuing interest. Is there stuff you'd be able to talk about, or is there stuff that that's happening in the field that you think would be worth
wrap it
featuring?
inside of something else?
Yeah, 100%. Always. I mean, there's always interesting things happening. I don't know if you want to hear about them now, or if you want to. If I should, but yeah.
Let's catch up offline. That would be good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm technically an advisor for the real-time conference, but they've never asked for any advisement. I don't know.
Convenient.
Oh, okay, cool.
Consider
that this the advisement. Okay, got it. I'm in.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely talk with you afterwards. That would be great.
with respect to your avatar, I am for the first time in like 100 of these noticing your dainty, beautiful hands that you have as a hot dog. Oh my God, they are just
am I ever going
delightful and a little bit kind of
in that case, I should
a little. It's more polygon count in a concentrated area than I thought that a hot dog would have, and there it is. It's remarkable. Yeah.
Turn off the
Thank you.
Thank you. Little things there.
I will say, I thought there's something strangely intimate about like holding hands and playing with someone's hands in VR. I recommend it if you'd like to.
If only there were haptics that can detect your movements. Oh no, that doesn't happen here.
Hands if you can. They're daintily modeled.
Here, would anyone else like to touch my hot dog?
Someone should do it.
Yeah,
that's a brand new sentence.
Touch your hair. Look at how small it is compared to my hand.
Come here. Yes, touch my dainty hands, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come.
Not even really spoil. Well, I mean, like,
enjoy that.
I could skip some of the animations.
Yeah, I'm trying to take photos here.
Speaking of hands, there's a new VR headset called the Lynx, and I saw that it was hand tracking, which is pretty cool. I mean, I've been like,
yeah, a lot of XR headsets are like being announced like this month. It's really interesting. Yeah,
I guess they're making some new quests too. So,
I mean that comes out next year, but I wasn't supposed to say that.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
We all kind of knew it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 6:35. I think it's a good time for us to check out some.
Jens, somebody had a world, or Will, do you have a world? Jens has a world.
I can put one together.
Were you thinking about showing that off?
I
social club or?
I showed up late tonight. I don't have anything scheduled.
Me too, Christina. Run around.
Yeah, look for Halloween themed worlds later down the line.
It is October.
Shocktober. Speak of the Halloween devil.
All right.
Ghost Town. Spooky time.
Yeah, I just got a notification on my headset is low, but I have another one, so I can just.
Yeah.
All aboard. Let's go.
Thank you. Oculus.
Halloween hangouts.
Spooky, spooky skeleton.
Oh, here I am.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Halloween hangout.
And excellent.
Oh, this is fun.
Hey, do you guys know if you have to have a trust new user to upload an avatar?
Yes.
That's only to upload a new world, right?
So I just looked this up.
Super fun.
So for avatars, avatars, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I just looked it up to upload a world that nobody can see.
What would be good
If you want to publish it to
everything kind of works for Halloween, doesn't it?
Yes, avatars, since there's no such thing as an avatar that you can't show to other people. You probably do need to be user rank. That's my.
Does it make any sound effects?
Carlos, I'm a ghost.
VRChat.
Ooh. Am I scary?
Very much.
You look like you escaped the Pac-Man game.
That's scary.
Ooh.
Yeah, start blinking white and blue.
And there's a bunch of ghosts flying around because you can get the avatar right up there, and you too could be a ghost with little snowballs for hands.
I'm all good. How about yourself?
Yeah.
It's good to see you. Absolutely. We missed you on the hike this weekend, but hopefully.
Ah, that's silly. All right, let's go run around and be ghosts.
The information really late. Yeah, but next Sunday is there a hike then?
Proper VRChat.
No, it'll be next month. I mean, I think they're once a month.
I have a
but
VRChat.
yeah,
Sure.
I mean, they put it in a Facebook group. We got a bit of a turnout, not quite as much as other times, but maybe we need to find maybe we need to post on the Discord too.
That would be cool. Oh my God! Look it! Slimer!
Oh yeah, that's it.
This I got from a different world.
What's going on? I think I have to show your avatar.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Avatar's a
There's
little.
a Ghostbusters station you can grab some avatars from.
I've been.
Yeah, it does very trippy things that I haven't quite understand how to control yet, but
It does them.
Wow, that was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Is
oh,
Lisa
Bizarro avatar.
Changing headsets? Oh no, I see.
Yeah, I think she's just changing headsets. Oh, there she is.
Teak is standing right by you, Carlos. Can you hear her?
Yeah, I've been trying to log into VRChat and I'm having a hell of a time. I gotta reach out to support.
Exactly.
Oh no, such a weird thing. I'm so sorry.
I saw somebody earlier that had a robot avatar. I thought that might be her.
I look like a green.
No, Teak is standing right by you and talking to me at the same time. She's an alien to me.
Green alien. Yeah, I know the avatar.
No, she's a tall dark alien in my view right now, but maybe that's just a shader thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to answer both of you in the same way simultaneously. So this is a meta conversation for me. Yeah. Oh, you just passed right through her. You are both standing in the same place now. Why? It's like that episode of Star Trek. Jordy, can you hear me? Jordy.
Hi, Columba.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what's
She's
going
right,
on with us.
but she's between us.
That's always a problem.
Hey.
What happened? You got the voice analyzer there? You helium? What's going on?
I heard some Bart. I heard Bart happening. There was he did an Icarumba. Yeah. He's got a soundboard over there.
Does he? I was able to do that on my Mac, except the program I was using only had a 15 minutes, so you have to pay for it limit.
Oi.
It's annoying.
I used to have a sound. What was that? What was it called? Do you remember?
Loop audio or something like that. Loop audio. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very proper mixing internal audio mixing program, and it worked great.
Nice.
It was all node based too. You can put all the things together and route and wire anything you want. It was like Reason.
Very cool.
Is that Mac?
Bitwit.
Is that Mac? It's also internal audio. Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. This is just so I can play hip hop songs and my lips will move and I'll spew them out. As an avatar. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What? Nice. I used to really be into that, not so much anymore. I'm more about like Logic and virtual synths. I mean, I had a Moog source. My dad gave it to me. I sold it. It was not MIDI. It was not. Pretty terrible.
You sold your Moog?
Yeah, but I got $1,500 for it, dude. And it was not even completely working. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was good. You know, it was like the last one they made before they came back. And it was not the most popular one, I don't think. I had like that speak and spell pad kind of top.
Sounds like Doctor Who.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever happened to what's his name? Who was the guy? My favorite one, the '80s guy.
So, Paul McGann, Sylvester McCoy.
I don't know. I can't remember. The one who was with the afro. Was he like an afro?
Oh, you like that guy? What's his, with the Technicolor Dreamcoat? Colin Baker.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Colin Baker. I'm pretty sure it's Colin Baker.
Yeah.
That was the
He's
80s,
your
right?
favorite? Wow, yeah. And then after him was Sylvester McCoy, who was Radagast in the Lord of the Rings movies.
I never really watched it too much. That's why I only watched it during that time. I used to have UHF, the New Jersey Network in New York. You get to play Doctor Who and all the BBC shows.
That's right. That's where I watched it. It was on the BBC. What was it? Channel 2 or something, or Channel 13, I believe.
You know what's ironic? I actually worked in London. I worked in London for like 8 months. Yeah, I worked in there for like 8 months. It was interesting. Nice. I lived there, so you know.
What did you do?
I don't know. Have you ever heard of Current TV? Al Gore created a television network. It was called Current TV. I was the senior engineer there.
Oh, very cool.
I helped build it in London.
And you've never seen Doctor Who? Or no, you've seen Doctor Who.
Well, I haven't seen. I don't really watch the ones that wasn't Kevin Baker. Kevin Baker, right?
Colin Baker.
Colin Baker.
The blonde.
Yeah.
The blonde. He's got an attitude. He's like. I'll be honest with you. He's my least favorite. He's my least favorite. But I mean, I like him as a person. I think he's a sweet guy. But as that character, he's like the angriest and most pompous of them.
Oh yeah, that's why I like him. I think that's why I like him.
That's funny. That's so funny. The only ones I've really seen of, but the only ones I've seen of him are he's on trial or something. I have like a three VHS box set, and he's on trial.
God, VHS?
And
VHS.
Yeah, VHS set. 3 VHS tapes of Colin Baker on trial for all of his crimes, and they force him to regenerate. He's found guilty, and they force him to. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, in the 1970s, my dad bought my grandpa a present, which was the first VCR ever made, and a camera that connected to it. I was like 6 years old, and I was the only one who knew how to use it. I actually have a tape somewhere with me as a 6-year-old recorded on a VHS camera.
Wow.
Black and white.
Cool.
So,
what year was that?
Yeah.
That was like 1970s, late 70s. Like, I remember recording Battlestar Galactica. So it was either 79 or 80. It was definitely 79, I think, something like that.
On VHS?
Yeah. It was like one of the first ones that ever came out.
Yeah,
I think it was RCA.
You know, speaking of, where'd he go? This guy. I have an old VHS tape that has Ghostbusters 2 and Twins on it, and it was recorded. My grandmother recorded it for us because she had cable, and and that's how and there was one summer I remember I watched Ghostbusters 2 probably 100 times, like every day. The summer I watched Ghostbusters.
I created shelves in my closet and I had like maybe 200 VHS tapes of movies I recorded.
Actually, a bunch of shows coming up over the next
It was
month.
crazy.
Nice.
I created like a database on my Amiga. I tried to.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was just
you got some. You got some Space Quest games on that Amiga, or
Space
some
Quest
Sierra games?
I definitely had something like that. I just can't remember. I wish I had that Amiga. That Amiga was so cool. The Amiga 500.
Hello, Carlos.
Nice.
Hello.
Yeah, it's such a sad thing to happen with them. It was so.
I like that
I
one.
think the problem was it was too far ahead of its time.
You're an owl. I like it.
Amiga? I don't know much about that.
Hey, how did yesterday finally end up going? Did it work out?
Created the Amiga, and they created the video toaster. And the video toaster
WebXR Summit with
Caitlin.
It all went well. Thank you.
The system.
Good, finally.
Back in the 90s.
Got it to work.
Cool.
It was beyond.
Good. I didn't get to watch it because I was backstage.
Yeah. It's actually really busting.
I had it at
You know what? By the end of that day, you are tired. It started at 10, and I think it ended at 7:30, and there was no break. Like, it just straight on. And then I presented it at 6. I was pretty wilted by then.
Yeah, I was
I learned on like
yeah, it's tiring. I know. We were all trying to convince Ben to do a shorter day or 2 days, but he's like, no, we're just going to keep doing it. So we'll see.
Maybe
That was my first Mac.
Yeah.
In the 90s, and that was 2006. My first Mac.
Yeah.
We didn't even, backstage we didn't even get that one. So it was like,
that was when it really
every once in a while my boyfriend would show up at the door with food. It was kind of cute.
Wow.
But by the time I did my medal, I was kind of faded.
They have iPhones
Definitely.
now, so does that count as half
And a lot of guests.
Probably. So you're a Mac
Yeah,
user
did
then?
a good job. I mean, we got people. We got Ken Pye to host,
What do you do?
which is incredible.
Anything like that?
Really?
Do VR?
I love
Do all
Uh,
VR stuff?
Yeah.
I know,
mostly
doesn't.
do that
And it was so
on,
easy to work with.
the PC
He's
stuff.
so easy to work with. He's so laid back. And he's like, yeah, no worries, and he just does it, you know? He's awesome. So that was a pleasure. I saw him at a weekly meeting. It was much for him, sir. With other Ben and stuff, but dude, he's he's just so he's just such a pleasure to work with.
I'm doing like 2D
as well, you know.
Using
So that was great.
Interactive.
That's why so many people open up.
Interactive fiction, basically. Ooh, I like that guy.
Probably. Yeah. We only had one panel where the host didn't show up.
Is this what?
And it was like 30 seconds before time, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll moderate it. Right? And I did a really quick like rundown on what the guests were there, you know. But then Kent just was there already, and he introduced them, and they just. And so I guess he just kept going, and I was like, well, shit, I'm going to get up stage. I don't get mine on stage if I can't buy, right? It's okay, I understand Kent's doing it, you know, but he just rolled with it all. He was really great. He was really, really great.
I was doing I tried some 3D modeling.
Pleasure.
I'm glad Ben got
around
to,
like when there was Lightwave, which they used for Babylon 5.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of astonished. It's great for a third. It was our third event. Like, we haven't been doing it that long.
For at least later seasons, they were using Lightwave 3D.
Well, there's more coming. There's more than just Summit. I'm tired. I'm so tired today, man. I slept 10 hours and then I kind of been slow all day, and I've had meetings.
And I got that program.
It is hard.
Model it, and I did that for years until I realized
sleep tonight too.
I could lose myself.
I know. I definitely. It was good. Have you looked around here? Because I'm gonna go look around. I haven't seen this place yet.
Like an insect, you know. I have a pretty good grasp.
As long as they don't, they're gonna call another portal. I don't want to miss the portal.
I gotta focus on other areas.
You know, I got the new MacBook.
Yeah, I'm gonna briefly run around.
M1 MacBook Pro, really great.
How was that? How was it?
Well, I have to leave.
Amazing,
so I need to say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Well, I have missed you. I'll probably be out for a couple of weeks because I'm doing a show called Creep in Los Angeles, and so Wednesday nights I'll be, for the next 2 Wednesday nights, I'll be there scaring the heck out of people. But after that, I'll be back.
I can't imagine you being
trying to stream on my MacBook, and it just.
I'm terrifying. Are you kidding me? I'm absolutely terrifying.
If you look at this video from tonight, I put your picture up on the screen from the
AltSpace at the same
time. Website.
And I run AltSpace at 8 times
Oh, thank you. And you'll see how friendly I look. But yes, no, I'm absolutely terrifying in real life. You'll all be terrified of me.
I actually have the close-up of your face right over your head.
Yeah, that was the first one, and well, at least.
Oh, nice. Hello, everyone. That's me. Hello.
Hi. And the Mac Mini. But what happens is,
all right.
Good to see you.
You too.
Bye. But the MacBook Air does not. But man, dude, I push that shit, and I'm really sad because
I think we're gonna take our photo over there.
I do Unity on it, and it really handles
Same
it
thing
well.
with you guys.
I
If you want to have our photo of the day, it will be right by this well. Sound good?
But I can't run Windows.
They're talking about M1 MacBooks. They're busy.
I'll let them do that.
Oculus Launchpad, we're working on a VR piece together. Invited her to the collaborator guild.
But apparently, what's going to happen is next year.
We only got
It
time.
sounds like it. The ARM version of Windows is going to be
It's always funny
in
when someone
full
like
production, not
whoever
beta,
doesn't
and
do Blizzard
Mac is going to enable you to natively load it.
Okay, that's cool. That's promising.
Yeah, that is very good.
Michael.
Been walking around in the seated position, Joker.
Michael, come over here.
Because he's
It's kind of.
Oh, you're really sitting on the ground.
Full body, like, yeah, well, like everybody else get like, in you know,
Burning Man push.
what is it? You're laying on your couch right now, Doug. See, but he gets to hide it. When he starts to feel lazy and tired, he gets, you know, nobody has to see. But, you know, I can stand up for, yeah, I can stand up for a few hours at a time, but at some point I'm just, you know, like, I want to sit down, and
I just
I'm
can't
not
put
going
my
to take
hands
my
down.
trackers off just for that.
I wish the avatars.
I'll just
I wish
hover
the
around.
hands defaulted next to your
Well, it
side.
is.
Okay, we're gonna get a picture. We're gonna get a picture over here, apparently.
Well.
I've seen YouTube videos of a guy with a full body tracking in VRChat, and he would just kind of like, he has like a bungee cord tied to the ceiling and start doing all these circus or tricks and stuff.
Austin, I hear you're gonna work your magic.
Yes, I'm ready.
Really?
Yeah, we should take the picture before everyone is a pyramid illuminati.
Yeah, it's like her to see.
Alright, everybody get over here.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody get over here.
Jen's taking a crap.
fun.
Yeah, you look like you're taking a crap over there. Looks hilarious.
I'm not inside.
You're see-through. You're see-through,
Almost.
so you're not going to block anyone. It's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, put the see-through one in the front.
We're almost there, Carlos.
What? Stop. Hammer time.
That's something I really have missed over the last year and a half is that combination of the installation part with the experience. Yeah.
A tetrahedron person.
So
you are a
if you don't see Carlos, Carlos
You're
doesn't
also
see
like
you.
an octahedron.
A ghost is blocking me.
Hebrew hedron.
A Hebrew
At least he didn't ghost you.
This is actually part of
hammer.
Take a picture.
We're taking a
just doing a
picture.
picture.
Photo taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carlos.
I
strangely feeling my enemies on this fountain.
This there, Carlos.
You
When the
ready?
owl blinks, that's when he's taking the picture.
Do you see Johnny and do you see Hebrew Hammer?
Hebrew Hammer not. Where is he?
I'm right here.
Okay.
No wonder.
Oh, not the cat.
You might be too outside the frame.
I could see
big
him.
tree now.
All right, then you do some more.
You got everybody? Okay.
Yes.
Here.
Oh, he's
Oh,
back.
okay.
He's
All
back.
I don't want to
I don't
question
want
anyone.
to
All right. It's
Here we
on
go.
you, Carlos, to call it.
1, 2, 3. One more.
Cheese.
Cheese?
Cheesy puffs.
Candy
Nice.
corn. Candy corn.
Ooh.
Got it.
Snickers?
I got it.
Man.
All right, good,
Thanks,
good
Carlos.
job, everybody.
Stop it.
Yay.
That's the worst one.
It's,
Ooh,
Yeah,
they're
perfect.
throwing
it's so
the
suspenseful with
What?
Carlos shoots. 'Cause you never know
Oh,
what's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be done.
I know.
Yeah.
Luckily, your facial
You can go
expression is
inside
going
of
to
it,
probably be
black.
pretty consistent no matter what.
Darkness.
So
Yeah, that's
you
true.
don't have to hold it.
You don't have to worry
you don't
about
have to hold
blinking.
a smile.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's darkness in you, man.
Wow.
yeah,
You go inside
Really,
that.
really
Darkness.
upset. No one will know.
yeah.
Cute.
What are you upset about, Will?
It's,
Nothing.
I like your
There you go.
looking ghost.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just angry that Halloween's not here yet? You have to wait.
Almost. My costume, I'm so excited for it. It's just the pieces are coming.
Ted Lasso.
I remixed from
I'm Ted Lasso this year. It's gonna be full on, accent and all.
That's delightful.
Get ready.
Yeah.
I was able
Sorry,
to
convention.
recreate the
Fun.
Believe poster, or the
Which
the
makes
Believe.
So,
So I was like, I got some
So-
blue
Beats and
paints,
bass,
and
I
then
use
started
Ableton.
Believe.
We
and then
Do you ever get into music or
It
sound?
was
Well, it's not on
Gorgatum
the
Tiger in
wall
LA
anymore.
actually
I'm
started giving
familiar
out miniature versions, and I kept going every single day to get enough for my whole family. So everyone in my family now has the Believe posters above their doors. It's cute.
Oh,
my
nice.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
It's awesome. They
Will.
make great
Believe.
burritos.
No, no.
Will.
Oh, yeah. This is during like high
Will?
school.
Yeah.
What happened to Nate?
I had something like that.
That's
the
so
tech
great.
scene in Portland.
You know,
is
Tig, it's
pretty
funny. I just
good,
finally.
right?
Oh, what happened?
figured out
I haven't finished
to
the
do
season 2
storyboarding.
yet. I'm one episode out,
So
so
it's
that's
something I
Yeah.
just started playing around
I just know that
with
Nate was being a
project
jerk,
working
so I
with
have to figure that out what happened in the last
which is
episode.
great.
Don't spoil
I always
it.
wanted to do something that would
Yes.
animate,
That
but
sounds good.
doesn't
Thank you.
really have animation
So lovely to see you.
as kind of a part of it. But when you load into the world, or into your sketch, right, everything kind of animates into place. And so it was doing some very sort of
Have you ever
janky
heard of
screen recordings to kind of get the sense of how the scene might come into place, sort of piece by piece by piece.
Oh,
Yeah,
The software
but,
plugin for Ableton.
but it was fun. It was like something I
Yes, I'm
need
gonna
to
go to
actually get in there and play
I'm
around
like
with it.
90% sure I'm going.
Kind of like,
amazing.
This
It's
is,
you
yeah,
get 360 sound.
this is actually just thoroughly
It's a
delightful.
Burning Man project. Actually, it started as a Burning Man project.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
we
You know
can
what?
talk to
I've
me up in
actually
person.
heard
That'll be
the
so fun.
envelop. They
Sorry, guys, I
installed
had
it
to
at
bounce.
the
I'll
Midway
talk to you.
nightclub in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah,
and
the
this
Midway.
guy,
Yeah.
This is awkward, but
Christopher
I'm
Willits, I think. Chris Willits.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Hey, John. Yeah, I met him, and he told me a little bit about the technology. It's this ambisonic sound system that they set up in a nightclub in San Francisco with this matrix of speakers in a room. It's just
Joker,
phenomenal
that's very cool.
experience.
Yeah,
the
just,
envelop is amazing.
Yeah, it's
thought
easy.
would be
the
the
new
new
Apple
Apple Pro headphones.
But
360 sound.
when I tried to upload it,
virtual reality
it just
environment,
crashed
360 sound.
during the upload. And I tried it again. And now it's exporting. And let me see whether this is getting ready.
Headphones.
Before
I can kind of see. It looks like your frame rate is low because I'm seeing your animation. Like,
AirPods, the Pro ones.
I know it looks like your
Oh, is
IK
that
is
so?
like.
I got to go inside the Dolby.
I know I can always tell like when my Unity editor is doing something
have a new
As my wireless signal gets really compressed.
It's really funny.
Installing the Atmos system in these world-class
You
nightclubs, and the
Ghostbuster.
DJs can
Oh my
actually have their songs.
My nightmares come back. I saw Ghostbuster when I was like 7 or 8, and I crapped my pants.
And then they have these special mixers now
Rick
that are building
Moranis.
in that the DJs can actually send their
haven't yet.
Michael?
I haven't played around with that at all. It's one of those like it's been on my like list.
Hello.
To check out.
You want to sign off?
So
We're
it's pretty exciting. I got
1 minute out
introduction
from
when
finishing.
I was in San Francisco. It was
Absolutely.
Let's
This
go
is
over-
Terror Dog.
Wait, let's go over there
like,
to the words quieter.
One of the people from there came out. She's like the
Okay.
senior
Now follow
marketing
me.
person. Just started talking with them.
Hi guys. Hi John.
from Dolby.
I don't know. That industry, yeah, from Dolby.
Interesting.
I used to work right around the corner.
How you doing?
But
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
You know, I actually interviewed.
Right there. That's good.
Oh, there's a little jack-o'-lantern in the back if we go down a few steps.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
See it? Excellent. Ah!
Get back up here.
I didn't think I could fall. I'm a ghost. Slimer's a ghost.
Not anymore. All right. That looks good. All right.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. It's been a wonderful XR Social Club experience. Thank you, Jens, for explaining the ins and out of Tilt Brush to us. And we look forward to seeing you next week on Carlos Austin's YouTube / Make Every Media's Twitch channel, otherwise known as the Internet. Good night, everybody.